fuck, my phone died. I was at speaking about Frey. Frey was the light of the sun here, Frey. And if you look at the name of Lucifer, you throw the letters around, you have Frey there. For Lucifer, Frey, Lucifer. There's no Y there, Lucifer, but Lucifer. If you know anagrams, and so Lucifer might be the Roman version of the Scandinavian Frey. Could be so. Because, as I understand it, the Romans went and called themselves Lucifers. And that's where Lucifer was born, I think. As I have understood it. I researched it where he first appeared, but then he got appointed to be in the regent of hell. He's a son, say fallen angel, but I mean, he can be a god if he wants to. He's a self-evolving being, so he can be self-made if he wants to. I love him. We fell in love, but his narcissism and his love scare made him leave me much quicker than a real human ever would. It's really weird, and it's hard to cope for human woman to engage in relationships, loving relationships with these astral beings on the other side, because it goes so fast. There's no time. They can, if they want to, operate on timeline like we do, but it's not their reality. It's not their modus of operandi, or what do you call it? It's not their natural living state. So I think if they want to operate on a strict timeline like human, they have to really I don't know if they even can, because it must be so exhausting. It's not their reality. They live in timeless space, infinity. Time doesn't exist, like linear time doesn't exist for them, like for a human. We are born and we have a limited time, space, existence, a timeline. We have a limited amount of time on Earth, like tops 120 years is the Guinness record of human living in body on Earth in incarnated, I think. My they just died. I hope you hear me well enough anyway. But so yeah, where was I? Yeah, but yeah, back to the point. I think Frey is the Scandinavian Lucifer, like the because these archetypes, they exist all over the world, and every country has its own version of them, kind of. I mean, Lucifer is, of course, a real his own individual with his own personality and his own he's self-evolving. He can decide over his destiny and life and be whatever he wants to be within his of course he has they have a structure. Everything's a system within a system within a system, so they live in a specific system on the other side. We humans live in our system on our side. But I love him, and I fell in love with him, and it was tragic because I fell in love with Saturn first, or I screamed for Saturn to come and help me, and I thought he just came like a military task force officer to help me, and he took me as his wife, but he said it like it didn't mean anything to him, like it was just a thing, like he took me as his wife, like a man takes up a weapon and says, "Now I'm gonna shoot you." Like it was just a thing he said. So I never felt it emotionally or like I never felt that he was in love with me or anything. But then when I asked him to come closer to like if you took me as your wife, aren't you going to come closer? Don't get to know me? Don't you want to get to know me if you have taken me as your wife, kind of? But and I didn't think he loved me, and he didn't come closer. He stayed away, aloof, and then before he came closer, Lucifer showed up, and I happened to fall in him in love with him, but I didn't think Saturn cared at all. Because when he said he took me as a wife, it felt just like he just picked up a stone and put it in his pocket, like, that's my stone. Like, I didn't exist as a woman. So I never thought he loved me or cared about me. Like, it was just a thing he said for I don't know what reason. But then when I fell in love with Lucifer, he showed up and expressed emotion that it wasn't easy and that he actually loved me. And I was I still don't understand it. It's like men they are, Saturn is materia. The Saturnian system, the hex is the cube that makes materia. So it's like he is materia. So maybe that's why he can just see you as an object, like a thing, because he is materia, like a thing. So he can't see you as a woman, living being with feelings, understanding what a wife is. Like, if you take someone as your wife, that you express love towards her and takes her as yours and want to get close to her and so on and so forth. So but when I started to ask, like, aren't you took me as your wife, aren't you going to come closer and get to know me and like talk to me, lay with me in the evenings and hug and kiss and make love. But it was like that didn't exist in his mind or heart or anything. So he stayed away, and I fell in love with Lucifer, but then he reacted Saturn and expressed emotion towards me, trying to suppress his tears towards me that he actually cared. And I was like, I didn't think you cared. I don't understand. But then the other gods, the other male gods, like Jupiter, who knows Saturn, and validate, like, of course it's hard. Of course he loves you. Of course he took you as a wife. Like, they understood that he loved me, but I never felt that he loved me or was infatuated in love with me or cared about me at all. that way. So, but the other masculines understood it, but I didn't understand it. It's like men are really good at hiding their feelings towards women and acting like they don't care, and we don't understand, but so I never felt he was in love with me or loved me or cared about me that way, but just took me like he found a stone on the street and put it in his pocket, like that's mine. And that isn't what we women would understand as love from the masculine. So I got very surprised when he cried after he realized that I'd fallen in love with Lucifer. It still baffles me. Like, why didn't he approach me if he really loved me and wanted me and was infatuated with me, in love with me? Why didn't he approach me and claimed me in love and this masculine love? If he wanted me, he would have done so. So the only conclusion I can draw from it is that he never wanted me. And I think he suffers from love scare. Of course, he has narcissistic traits, lots of narcissistic tendencies, and full-blown MPD. I wouldn't say. I don't think so. But high narcissistic traits and high narcissistic defense mechanisms, and much love scare, and I think he suffers from a lot of women hatred. Like he started to abuse me quite almost right away. Started to and they are so temperamental, and they think they are humans on the other side. They are, and you have to read the Sumerian tablets, the Lost Book of Enki, to understand how the gods get confused, getting so entangled with humans that they think they are humans, but they are gods, and they complain like, now we're just like them, and now we can't return to being as we were. They get highly confused, and that's some kind of psychological thing that the gods suffer on the other side. They think they are human in bodies all of a sudden, sometimes, frequently. So he every time we have tried to engage in a relationship, he has done the pair bonding stuff. That's a human thing that we men and women had to pair bond to for survival. Just live together for survival and have children, and for survival together, not for love, but just survival. So and he's like stuck in that. So every time we try to engage in relationship, he just wants out. He feels suffocated, and he's I mean in the relationship, when I have engaged, there's no time on the other side. So it can go in 15 minutes. You have become in love with God and engaged in a relationship with a God, and the relationship is over. Like in 15-20 minutes. In real life, human reality, it takes like 6 months to get in, fall in love, and for the infatuation to calm down, and then it's supposed to go over into just pure real love. But mostly it just goes into abuse, because everyone suffers narcissism. That's all I've ever been through. So I know nothing else. But I hope that it isn't that bad, that the majority of people fall in love and then it just goes over and the love strengthens and the love grows. But but in the astral, when you fall in love, it happens so fast, everything. So you as a human, it's like it's like it never it's very difficult, because I fell in love with Lucifer, and he's also he has a narcissistic traits, of course, and defenses, and he does everything as soon as you engage in you start to you engage with him in a as soon as I and he has engaged in a real relationship, he just wants out as fast as he can. It's and we haven't even engaged in a relationship before. Romantic, loving, infatuated, in love, romantic relationship before he gets panic and wants out, and he goes into all kinds of defense mechanisms to abuse, to get out of the relationship. Like in such a short time that the human mind and body doesn't it really it fucks up the human. Me as a human can't I can't it goes so fast. It doesn't happen that way for us humans. We it takes like we fall in love and we approach each other in love, and after 6 months we probably if we're really in love, but that's 6 months, and then we probably move in together with each other if we were that in love. But with the spirits, like the love scared ones, the more traumatized love scared ones, like Lucifer and Saturn, it goes so fast. You don't it happens like 30 minutes tops. You can start, you fall in love, you engage in relationship, and you can even get married. But then they want out of the relationship so fast because of their love scare. Everything gets triggered so fast that in half an hour, you have become infatuated, in love with each other, gotten married, or in a relationship, and then he just wants out, and it's over. In like human time space, like in 20 minutes or half an hour. So for me as a human, we humans, otherwise it takes 6 months, we move in together, and then we live together for at least a couple of years, because it's hard to move in together and move out. It takes time to get another apartment. It can take years to get another apartment, to get away from each other. So, but they have the opportunity to just go fuck you, and they can create a house in the astral, like live there. So me as a human, it's wrong. It shouldn't be that way. And it's, if there's something wrong, if there's a wrong, there's a right. So there wouldn't exist an opportunity for spirits and humans to fall in love if there wasn't a right way and a way for us to live in love together. But all I have experienced is wrong. It's wrong. Everything is wrong. And I suffer from it. Women, we are made to love. But all these men do in the astral is put up obstacles in front of love. So I'm trying to get a resolution to get all the gods, all the egoic demons that I have come into contact with, and the gods, to get a resolution, to get them away from me, because not being able to live with them in peace and love. I'm a Libra, so I strive for peace and love, and I'm a woman, and I'm not made. This is And I have so much other issues. I'm chronically ill. I have my baby father was a narcissist. I can't have narcissists in the astral, struggling with this, beings in the astral who don't know how to love a human and be happy with the human and living in happily. They they don't even strive for it. They want to be narcissists, and they aren't ready to put down their weapons and knock on heaven's door. They want to. They still have fight in them, and I'm the opposite. I think I have fought. I feel like my soul awareness, what has come to me, the thing that I know is true, that my soul has made me aware of, is that I have warred, I have fought for 9 lives, and the karma of fighting has had exhausted itself, so I had to transform completely. And when you have suffered and fought and warriored, truly, you truly appreciate love, and just want love and peace. And you know that all the warrior strives for is peace, and if you're not suffering, you really appreciate love. So but these Saturn, Jupiter, all the gods, and the goetic demons that I have met, they seem to have fight left in them, and not be close to knocking on heaven's door. So they're no condition. There are no conditions for relations between us. We're too different, and I went all in spiritual, and went through the total scorpionic transformation, and dismantled all my ego, and into the egoic lotus. So I became a whole new person, soul infused, but of course I'm still me. But so having these beings who are not who are not like me, who are not at the point where I am, where I just want to love, and like I deep dived into Tantra and everything occult and esoteric and mysticism, and so I have experienced the divine union within, and so that's all I want with the man. And but they all the men I've met in the astral, they still have fight in them, and they still want to serve and fight that way with women, and fight themselves, the men, and they are not close to putting down their weapons or anything. They're so unlike me, so I just want a resolution. I just want all the gods and all the egoic demons gone, and I want to live alone. And because I with them being narcissistic, displaying narcissistic tendencies and defense mechanisms and stuff, it's hurtful, and I already have enough with the narcissists, in the human narcissists in my life, that I can't get rid of. I can't go no contact because they are part of my closest family. So I'm doomed that way in reality already, and I can't handle it being that way also in the astral. So yeah, it makes me really depressed. When love doesn't work, and when and the thing with it going so fast with the gods, the spirits, the human body, mind, and soul can't cope with the infatuation and the breakup, the everything going so fast with them in the astral. So it's really hurtful. I never get, even if he, like Lucifer, he did everything to make sure that love went away. You know, when narcissists, love goes away. They can't practice unconditional love. So as soon as they can't handle their emotions, love goes away. They have to fight to get out, and they can't have empathy for you because they're in suffering. So they have to they abuse you to protect themselves from something they think is very dangerous, like loving a woman. The least dangerous thing in the world is loving and living in love with a woman, but traumatized as they are, just like humans, it's right has become wrong, and wrong has become right. So they associate love with abuse, like love is dangerous, and abuse is right. Everything gets flipped. I associated love with abuse also. But I also understood that like with my baby father, that this isn't love. We feel love in the heart but we can practice love. I couldn't I had to philosophize myself to this knowledge, but I knew it wasn't love. I knew that something was seriously wrong, because if you feel love for someone but all you experience is pain, then it isn't love. Pain and love is it isn't love is pain-free. Pain is painful. It shouldn't be combined. If you love someone, it should only be love. You should only live with that person in love. It should never be painful in any way. But yeah, I really deep dived into relationship psychology, right relations, and how relationship, what the divine union, the tantra, I have researched it all. Deep dive. I'm a Scorpio, so I deep dive and deeply research. So I know a lot, and but anyway, I ramble and I'm getting tired now. So yeah, I made a new. It's already gone 42 minutes. Jeez, I had to make a second video out of this because the power broke. So yeah, but I think I got to say everything I had to say, and I hope you got an understanding of how difficult it is to form bonds with these beings on the other side, and have relations with them on the other side, and how difficult it can be to fall in love with them and be in love with them, with having the two realities clash. Like they have no time. Time doesn't exist on their side. You can't go, but it doesn't naturally exist on their side. But it does on our side. So the reality, it clashes, and it's really, really sad, because when you fall in love, you love someone, and for a human, it takes years to drive a relationship to the bottom, to where it's fucked. You can't be with that person anymore. With me and my husband, it took more than 15 years, and they think they can do that with a human in 15 minutes. These gods, everything happens so fast on their side. Time doesn't exist, so it's really painful. I don't think I will ever really get over Lucifer, and not Saturn either, and because of the human the human reality continuum, how we fall in love, and how long it takes for us to come to a point where to realize that the relationship is exhausted itself. It's reached rock bottom, and it's unrecoverable. They think they can with a human reach rock bottom, unrecoverable relationship in 15 minutes, half an hour tops. It goes so fast. You as a human go like, shit, I don't work. Our realities crash now. You want me to stop loving you so fast and crash this relationship so fast. It is impossible for a human. You have to go. You have to. I can't engage with you because you don't understand me and my reality and how I function, operate, and work. And yeah, I understand you, but my body and my system and my nothing is made for coping with this, like the way you behave. So I just get hurt by engaging with you in any kind of romantic way. So we have to separate for good. Leave each other. And I say this to all the gods here and to all the guided demons. I just want resolution. I don't want any engagement with you in the astral, because you can't practice love with a human, and then I can't. I'm a woman. I'm made for love. I incarnated. I practice tantra, and I incarnate into love. And the only thing I do and seek is a man who is equal to me and wants and loves to love just as much as me. And no one I have met in the astral appreciates or have the same core values as me in that way. So I hope and pray for a resolution of all the relationships I've had in the astral with all the gods and all and I hope to find the masters who have been human and form bonds and relationships with them, who knows the human and the human continuum and how the human works, and so we can form friendships and bonds, and so I know where I will be when I die, that I will be with my own kind who can live and love with me, and without love scare or narcissistic defenses or traits that is abusive. So, but anyway, gave you a little glimpse into my reality, and yeah, not suicide. I think about death a lot, but I have done all my life. I'm Saturnian. He rules death. He's the force that kills you as soon as you are born. You start dying, and that's Saturn. He makes sure we die. We have a limited time here on Earth. So death has always been closer to me than life. But I was supposed to finish now. It's been almost an hour again. But yeah, so yeah, maybe I should just finish. But yeah, this is what it's like, and I'm coping. I'm trying to gather strength to be able to receive my youngest son soon. I don't want him to be around me when I'm depressed, and because I'm still depressed after the narcissistic rage abuse their father put me through recently. So and it makes me worse in my chronically ill conditions. But I probably already said I'm tired, and I'm drunk, and I can't. My baby father is the only one so stupid to think that abuse is going to get me to stop drinking or whatever, doing drugs or whatever, when abuse is what gets people to start doing drugs in the first place. I am he's making me fall into old tragic patterns that will punish itself. I know these bad solutions for relief that I turn to. I will have to suffer for them. It punishes itself. It's a short-term relief to cope with abuse. And it's so sad, because if only, and he's aware of his diagnosis. I analyzed him and deep dived into psychology, and I told him my conclusion. He wanted to know. He felt I analyzed him, and he wanted to know what my conclusion was. And I explained to him that I think you have high narcissistic traits, and that you might even have NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. But you definitely score high on narcissistic traits and defense mechanisms and are highly abusive. And he agreed. And he said, yes, but it's just a coping mechanism. And me not showing empathy, that's just for my own survival, he said. And yeah, I thought, you're so right. It's just a coping mechanism for you to survive. But it hurts everyone around you. And so I asked him, how are you going to, when you know this, and you know that it's something that makes you abuse other people's, especially the closest ones to you, how are you going to protect us from yourself? And he just, no answer, just cope. No empathy, no. He just cares about protecting himself. Always. No one else exists or matters. So it's really tragic. It's really sad that the humans can get stuck in those patterns, but and I hope it dies out, really. We won't be able to live abuse-free here until narcissism is gone. And it's too widely accepted, and I think there needs to be laws against it, and it needs to be more recognized, and more needs to be aware of when they are narcissistically abused, and be able to separate between NPD. Every human needs to be able to diagnose the people around them, to be able to protect themselves and not engage in a relationship with these beings and have children with them, because it's not right to the offspring. Oh, I wish my parents weren't allowed to have me, because the way I have suffered. If I had known, I would never have chosen to incarnate with them, ever. It's so highly traumatizing, and yeah, it's just like being a war child. But anyway, I must stop now. An hour. Oh, it's gonna take I don't know how long to upload these videos, because when they are this long, it's yeah. Apple iPhone isn't great at all when it comes to uploading videos on YouTube. But I can't afford to buy a PC or another computer. I just have to struggle and have patience. Yeah, I don't know if this is the room. I have to persevere and have patience now, because I'm in constriction, and life is difficult right now. But yeah, I hope you are all doing well. I love you. I love Earth. I love all beings on Earth. And I wish all well. And if I could, I would angel for all of you. I would God for you. I would do everything for you. I'm not that omnipotent, but yeah, you have to just know and take comfort in that. If I could, I would. Yeah. Yeah, 1 hour. Now I have to stop. Peace, love. I have to show. I think I showed you in the video before. Gotta go. I'm just rambling. I gotta stop now. Mwah.